And here we are. Welcome to the second hour of the Geek Speak Radio Show. Had a lot of fun talking about Fringe.
Yeah.
Oh, in case you didn't hear us, yeah, one more time. 9 p.m. tonight, Fox. It's back. Yeah, it's called Firefly. No pun intended there. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But there you go.
Yeah.
I think it's going to last. Well, we're on season 3 already. I think it's obviously going to last longer than Firefly did.
Yeah.
But it is a good show. Firefly, that is. And Fringe. So again, thanks again to Nadine for coming on from Project Fringe Friday.
Yeah.
Part of the FringeNetwork.com. Linked up on ours, GeekSpeakRadioShow.com. The other day, young man.
What was that?
I was talking to our program director.
Mm-hmm.
And, he... I felt like I was back in high school. He gave me that funny look, like, all right, so here are the geeks. This is the new show that we're trying out now. What are you guys all about?
Oh, I hate that part. What are you all about?
And he thought, he was one of those cool guys in high school, I guess, but he thought geeks just means guys.
Yeah.
Not really. It doesn't. Not anymore. See, I'm a little older than you, obviously, but I come, not that older, but just a little bit. Sneeze older. I come from when it wasn't cool to be either a nerd or a geek. Last year we had that big big discussion about what's a nerd, what's a geek, what's the difference. Yeah. Now it's more cool. See, you two, you and producer Damon, both of you guys, you got it made because you can flaunt your Star Wars t-shirts, your white collar, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You guys can flaunt it. I couldn't because I would get beat up.
That sucked.
Yeah. For me, especially. But today, it is, like I said, it is very cool. And obviously, it's coming up in next month, Super Bowl, the real Super Bowl. For us, geeks, the Super Bowl is Comic-Con, the big one in San Diego. I mean, not big one, the huge one in San Diego. It seems like you just think it's like a fungus. It gets bigger.
So the
Sorry if you're eating.
So the playoffs for us is WonderCon because it's in the city. But I do know what you mean because it is just full of entertainment, TV, movies, everything coming together, comic books especially, right?
Yeah,
even graphic novels and manga. I mean, it's all one big Super Bowl of pop geeky culture. Yeah,
yeah. But I was telling our program director, no, this is not just for guys because most radio. I'm gonna let you guys in.
He thought we were nerds because of that.
He thought you were a nerd.
Yeah,
but take a peek behind the curtain. Well, radio stations, they like programming to a certain audience. For example, rock stations, typically it's males 18, 34 years old. Some are females 18, 34 or 25, whatever. They need a specific target. This one, I told them, look, you got the best of all worlds because, when you say geek, most people do think guys, geek guys.
But everyone's a geek.
Yeah, especially girls. The past few, I would say 4 or 5, maybe even before that, they've really come up a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not, they go into WonderCon, to Comic-Con, to every con out there.
Yeah.
Not just because their husbands or boyfriends drag them to them. Sometimes it's the other way around.
It's because they're geeks themselves.
Yeah. They have been
and they drag their boyfriends around.
From birth.
Yeah.
So, those are called something else. But yeah, we'll call them geeks for right now. But there is a big one, finally, convention just for them.
Nice.
We're invited, of course. It's not just, for geek girls only. Yeah, everybody can go. It's the first one, hopefully, to be an annual event. That's their goal. On the line, I have Kiri Callaghan. She's the public relations manager from Geek Girl Con. That's what it's called. So, Kiri, welcome to the Geek Speak Radio Show.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
Lovely to have you here. So, go ahead and tell everybody what Geek Girl Con is all about.
Well, Geek Girl Con is a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting awareness and celebrating the contribution and involvement of women in all aspects of, science fiction, comics, gaming, and related geek culture through conventions and events that emphasize both historic and ongoing contribution and influence of women in this culture. I had that memorized. Can you? I'm just like, and I'm like, anyway.
Yeah, it's your liner note. That was good, though.
No, go ahead, Kiri.
Thank you. This is what I do. But essentially, we are just, there's some stigma going around about, it's a girls-only sort of feminazi thing, and it's really not. What we're trying to do is encourage everyone to sort of come together and celebrate the feminine contribution of
the arts, the way I put it. Like I don't know if you heard the
arts in all aspects of geek culture.
Yeah, I was telling a little story right before we had you on about our program director here. He thinks when he says geek, when we say geek, he thinks, oh yeah, it's just those guys. Yeah, it's not even guys; it's those guys. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, it is for everybody, right? It's not just, like you said, not just for geek girls or just for females. It is for everybody.
And it's just to highlight that, just so that, like you said, we've been around forever, but it's only been like recently that people are like, oh, they exist. I think it was last year at San Diego Comic-Con, where they even had a panel
Yeah.
about, it was entitled Geek Girls Exist, which was actually the inspiration for this convention. Wendy Lady, Nerd Rage 42 on Twitter, this was her brainchild as a result of that panel.
Yeah, that was perfect segue. I was actually going to ask you where did the idea come from? So yeah, go ahead, tell us that story.
I'm not really sure there's much more to tell than that. She went to this panel and was overhearing it. I think it was up against a Scott Pilgrim panel,
Mm-hmm.
but like they both had the same time slot, and this panel room was packed. Like they had left the door open and just sort of let as many people pile in as possible just to see how many people would come in to view this panel, and just to see the demand there was, just sort of for a place for these women to go and meet and connect, and not just so that they have a place to meet each other, really, and know that they're not alone, I guess, more or less.
Yeah, what point did you come into this?
I actually found out about it at PAX. I went with a few friends, and I was working as one of the enforcers at one of the late night shifts, and I believe it's our AV guy who came up to me. I'm not really sure, because I was really dead tired, I admit, but they handed me this card and said, hey, we're trying to get this idea off the ground. We're having an all-hands meeting such and such Saturday. You should come. And I showed up, and there was all these fantastic, wonderful, perfectly normal women who just wanted a place where they could sort of just be themselves and meet other people like them and be able to rejoice and, hey, I like Doctor Who, you like Doctor Who. Let's go to this panel to learn more about how, I don't know, the costumes were made and such like.
Yeah, and again, we're talking to Kiri Callaghan. She's a public relations manager at the Geek Girl Con. We're going to continue let's try that in English. We're going to continue the conversation in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Geek Speak Radio Show will be right back.